So yeah, I really like this thing. So this is the JMGO N1S Ultra. This has a normal price of $24.99, but on Black Friday sale at the time of this video, it's going for $16.99. But this thing can project an image up to 180 inches. It has 3000 lumens for brightness. That's pretty bright. And as you can see, this produces a very clean image. And I partnered with JMGO to show you this thing, but I want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer is that, look, I'm recording this projector using an external camera. So I will tell you that it looks better in person. So if you like the way it looks now, it looks even better in person. So if you see any banding or anything like that, just know that you're not actually going to see that when you're actually looking at this projector. But for some of my specs nerds out there, this does support HDR10, and it actually has 110% BT 2020 color gamut as well. But look, I'm not as super technical as other people who might be reviewing this, but all I know is that when I'm watching a 4K YouTube video, and that's what I'm going to be showing you mostly in this video because of copyright, but even when I go into an app like Disney Plus or some other high quality streaming service, everything looks nice. The colors really do pop on this, and also the black levels are really nice, but also the brightness is one of my favorite things about this, because even the fact that I do have the brightness level at 1 for most of this video, again, because I'm recording on my camera, even at 1, it is usable, but when I do start to turn it up to the maximum level of 10, you can see that using this with all your lights on or just in the daytime with the window behind you, you're still going to get a very nice and clear image from this. But of course, this will be at its best in a mostly dark or completely dark room, but this also does have an adaptive brightness mode, so you can allow the projector to automatically sense the light in your room and adjust the picture brightness, and it's able to do this with some sensors on the front of the projector to be able to do this. But the sensors also work with one of the other major selling points of this, and that's the fact that this does have a built-in gimbal, so you can rotate this projector around 360 degrees. The only thing you have to be aware of is just the power cable, but you can also angle this projector up and down up to 135 degrees. So this means that, yeah, you can easily point this at the ceiling in your place, and now you can lay down on your couch or your bed and be able to watch some TV or watch some movies while laying down and just really relaxing. Now, what also makes this easier is that this projector does have an instant gimbal-like display correction setting, so this will allow it to automatically flatten the image onto whether you're projecting on your ceiling or you're just moving it to the side of your projector screen and then moving it back. And this is even if you have the projector off at an angle, so maybe you don't have a setup to where you can put it directly in front of the screen, you want to put it to the side, this will help you out. Now, this also has an auto screen fitting setting as well, so when you enable this will actually project something on the screen, but basically this is allowing it to look at your projector screen and notice those corners and be able to line it up as close as possible. But this does a good job, but sometimes you still need a little bit of manual adjustment, so you can go into the manual keystone setting, and now you can take each of the corners and be able to move them just a little bit here and there, and to really get that picture lined up perfectly. And this is good for, especially if you do want to mount this projector up on the ceiling or mount it on a wall and something more of a permanent setup. This will allow you to really get that thing dialed in. But if you are just projecting this on a wall, this does have a setting that will allow it to be able to adapt to the wall color that you have. So no matter if your wall color is green or blue or gray or beige or whatever you want to go with, this will allow the projector to adjust the color that it will be projecting onto that wall and make sure it's going to look as good as it can get. And some more things to help you get the picture exactly how you want is that you can zoom the image on this projector. You can also pan it left and right, and you can also rotate the image. And this does support manual focus, but you don't really need to do that a lot because this also does have autofocus. Now, when it comes to connecting things to this projector, you do have two HDMI 2.1 ports on the back. One of those is an eARC port, and these ports are great for connecting your latest generation gaming console to this. So HDMI 2.1 does give you some extra features with that. And then this also has a USB Type A 2.0 port on the back for plugging in external storage devices. But this does have 24 gigabytes of internal storage, so you have a little room to play around with downloading some movies to this projector. And then you also do have a 3.5 millimeter headphone port on the back. But honestly, outside of me plugging in my Xbox or my PlayStation to this thing, I really didn't find myself needing to do it because this does have Google TV built in. So this software gives you pretty much everything you need when it comes to streaming apps. You have thousands of apps to choose from, including Netflix, because some projectors don't actually have access to Netflix, but this one does. So you can watch some of your favorite TV shows and movies that's already on that platform, or using any of the other apps that you have available, Disney, YouTube TV, all of that good stuff. And the software really flows fast on this projector. So the processing and things are done very well. So you're not going to find a delay or lag when you are using the remote control to be able to navigate throughout the operating system. And speaking of the remote control, this remote control does have some preset buttons for YouTube and Netflix and Prime Video on the bottom, but this also does have a built-in microphone, and you do have a microphone button there at the top. So at any point, you can go ahead and bring up the Google Assistant to be able to ask it things like about the weather. And if you have a certain action that it can support, it will actually show you the weather forecast on the screen. Or if you are just looking for a particular app or a TV show, if you're using something like YouTube TV, you can use this remote control just to talk to it instead of having to use the on-screen keyboard. But one improvement that I do want to see with the remote control in the next version is some backlit buttons just to make it easier to see in a completely dark room. But getting back to the software, Google TV also gives you access to around 800 free live TV channels, which is nice. But if you also do subscribe to YouTube TV like I do, you do have that nice channel guide that you can use to navigate and find content. Oh, and this also does have Google Home integration. So if you do have a Nest camera or a Nest doorbell or a Nest thermostat, you'll be able to pull this up in the settings and be able to adjust some of those things and also view your live camera feeds. And then if you do have multiple people using this, you can set up multiple user profiles so everyone can have their own customized experience. Oh, and you will also find the smart eye protection setting as well, because this is a laser projector, so you don't want anyone sitting with their eyes in front of it. So when you turn this setting on, and you do have a few different kind of like sensitivity settings for it, when someone walks in front of it, they'll momentarily turn off that screen until it notices that that person isn't there anymore. Now, I do like the fact that this projector is pretty compact for all the power and performance that you get. So it weighs around 9 pounds. And also this does come with a case that is used for shipping, but it's actually a travel case as well. So you can put the projector, the cords, and the remote inside of here, and now you can easily transport this projector around or just keep it protected when you aren't using it. And so yeah, this thing is a powerhouse, and the picture quality, as I mentioned in the beginning, is amazing. The sound quality is actually pretty good too. And so I'm gonna start this YouTube video here, and I'm gonna turn the volume up so you can get a sense of how it sounds. And this person is playing Halo as I'm looking at here on the screen. But it sounds full, right? It does have some bass with it, and it's a really good system to use in a pinch. But of course, if you are going to be using this at home and you want to set it up like a home theater, I recommend a sound bar or some other type of home system. But also you do have some sound settings. So it has a few different modes from standard, music, movie, and sports. Oh, and if you are a 3D lover like I am, you do have 3D support with this. So you do have to bring your own glasses, but you do have the ability to be able to watch 3D content, which is nice. And so yeah, I think that's about it. So this JMGO N1S Ultra is just one of my favorite projectors right now. It does have a normal price of $2,799, but JMGO does have their Black Friday sale going on right now at the time of me making and uploading this video, and now is on a sale price of $1,999, so right around $2,000, and that's a great deal for the performance that you get, but also the feature sets. So I'll leave a link down below in the description of this video that will take you to a website to be able to purchase this if you want to, but also drop a comment down below this video and let me know what your thoughts are about this projector and any other questions that you might have. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.